All right, we are back on this. Let's get to it. Okay, so we got it off. Let's see. We can't see. Oh yeah, look at that. That's like oil in there. Well, that's been sitting for a long time. Yeah, that's been sitting for a long time. Let's see what we had in that tank. That broke down. So the oil stayed and the gas broke down. That's crazy, right? Alright. Well, it is a two-stroke, so let's mix up some good gas. So what we're going to do, we put some fresh gas inside there. We're just gonna do that a couple times. Clean out this tank. Put our tank back in. Moving right along. Let's get that gas in there and see if she'll start. Alright, let's see if we can pick up some parts. Got lots of parts in here. As far as you can see. Alright, we have our part. Very cool. Very good. All right, Zachy. Time to wake up. Been sleeping way too long. All right. Come on. Come on. Come on now. Almost. Alright, let's get a little bit of throttle. Just a tiny bit. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. What do you say we try that again? Very cool. All right. Come on now. Oh. Let's see if it's getting fuel up to the carb. Well, it's starting to. I can see it kind of spooling around in there. Well, that's good. Okay. All right. Let's get it to idle a little bit, then we can adjust the carburetor there. Finicky little thing, ain't it? Woo! Come on now. Let's get it a little bit of persuasion there. Get it to coach that fuel up to the carb. Get a little bit of circulation going. Come on now. Yeah, we got to get a little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah, when they run completely out of gas and they've been sitting, they get a little bit of finicky. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Gotta get that little bit of fuel up to the carburetors. Idle. Come on now. You gotta idle a little bit more for me. Just a little bit. Oh. Woo, it's cold out today. Let me see if something sucked up in that carburetor. I'll fool with it a little bit. I'll bring you back. Good morning. Let's see if we're gonna go outside today. All right, it's a great day to be in the shop today. Well, not today. Okay, let's see how we're gonna do in the shop today. Oh boy. Well, which one do you like better, left or right? Okay. Cleaned up the plug a little bit more. We been having an issue with it acting like it's losing compression, but I think it might be in this decompression valve working and then not working in that. So, you know, something. It's something. It's always something, right? All right. It's cold. Been like -2. I got every heater I can think on right now. I'm trying to stay warm. All right. So let's see. Well, that was pretty cool going to that that snowmobile place out there. I've never been to that particular one. That one's got a lot of varieties, so I think that might be my go-to from now on. Okay, let's stop chit-chatting and let's see if we got some pumpage here. Oh, that's got some compression now. Let me open this door up and let's fire it up again. Boy, this has been quite the adventure. We're gonna get it. Don't worry about that. Please stay tuned. This little thing is gonna go down to one of those that fights you from front to back. From start to finish, front to back. All right. Let's see if we can't get a little bit more response out of her. I'm gonna hold this brake down a little bit. My glove is too big for this little handle. Alright. Come on, baby. I'll let it warm up a little bit. A little bit more than what it's doing. Come on. Don't start all that again. I told you old Jackie was gonna fight us, didn't I? Boy, oh boy. This thing. All right. Oh. All right. Let's see. Okay. Well, it's pumping gas. So let's see. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, get on Amazon. Put the link in the description if you like. So check it out. Every time that you check one of my products out. Alright, we're just going to take this all the way off of there and put a pry bar down in there. Kind of pry it out. told you, this thing's gonna fight us. Okay. Let's see what we got now. Well, just clear on that side. Let's check on this side now. I'm gonna move you over a little. Don't go nowhere. Take this little arrestor or whatever. I forget what they call it there. Let me take that out. Well, that was strike one because, or strike 7. I don't know. This thing's getting on my nerves. That's clear. So, all right, let's go after those rings. Okay, so next what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get these bolts. There's just a plate right there, a couple bolts. I'm going to take that whole motor off of there. I'm going to get inside there. I did see some more rodent activity inside, so we need to do that anyways. Let's just get this thing done right. There. Oh, you're afraid now, aren't you? Got the big dog out. Well, get off of there. All right. Take out that extension. Give it a little more ugga-duggas. Sometimes you need the extension because tight spots. There you are. All right. Okay. The line should just go underneath, so no need to mess with those. Sometimes you can get away with not taking this off yet on the machine. Sometimes you have to take this, slide that out of the way. Sometimes, you know. All right, we're moving on. So, sometimes what I do is I go like this. See how it's kind of hard to push in? We need to take that off anyway, because we want to be able to slide that back and forth nice and neat. So there's a little spring back there. There you go. Yeah, see that? We need to be able to bring that back and forth. We'll address that later on. Okay? Don't forget your little thing there. Alright. There we are. Okay. Kind of let that hang out like that so you know the rotation. Now you can kind of lean it forward. Sometimes you can get away with doing it like this. Sometimes. Lean it forward a little bit. Backwards and out. Alright. Oh, I almost forgot. Where is my 14 mil? You need a 14 millimeter for that decompression nut there. Yeah, it's a 15 mil, not a 14. So take it. If it doesn't go, you don't want to mess this up. So if it doesn't go, don't try to force it. Sometimes these tabs are a little bit finicky, but you can get it. There we are. It's coming. Be very careful with this process, please. This decompression is very important. Trust me. Alright, it's coming now. You don't want to see me unscrew that whole thing. Okay, we got 11 millimeter here for the brake cable. Take that right off of there. If you like, you can put the bolt back into the housing. I'm not going to do that, but if you like, I'm just going to put it down there. I know some of you are probably saying I should have done this from the beginning, but when I flip these, I just get them to run and let the next person do all the heavy lifting. Sometimes. Sometimes I might get in the mood of doing a full tear down and that and things that I pick up. But all in all, you don't want to charge too much because you'd be sitting on the thing. And you don't want to put too much money into it, like I said before, where you don't make a profit. You know, it's just the way it is. Okay. Well, we're into it now, eh? Let's begin by taking this portion off here. That's where I see all the rodent activity. That's usually where they kind of collect down in there. So, yeah. So, for starters, we are going to take this 11 millimeter bolt off of here. This is that accelerator cable bracket. So don't forget that. Oh. What happened there? I'm just going to put that right back on there loosely, because you have to get at this. Can you see that? You have to get at this bolt that's on the side here. So remember, these very important for this. These tend to seize on there. People over the years, what they do is that they paint this and that. So sometimes that gets you sticking. Get you sticking on the little bolts here. So just like this. All right, so I determined what I'm going to do. I'm just going to show you these bolts here. One right here, there, right here. On the other side, so there's 1, 2, 3 on this side, and 4, 5, and 6 on that side. Okay. Then I think there's a hidden one somewhere. I can't remember where it is, but I'll show you here in a second. I'm not going to show me doing all that. That's just going to take too much time. Well, that's a pleasant sound, isn't it? Yeah, someone's definitely been in here with the old black spray paint. So, let's see if we can't get it up here. Let me work on this a little bit longer. Yeah, let me show you what we're working with there. Yep, a lot of activity in there. They may still be home. We don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and go outside and take it out. I'll show you what I find. Good Lord, it's the Hilton. All right. They get in anywhere. Alright. Look at all that activity in there. Are they home? Not home. Alright, now next what we're going to do, take this back plate off so we can get this head off. So what is that? I think that's like a 14 mil, something like that. Back here, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4. But you already got this one off because this is one of the ones that you take off for that that exhaust pipe. So you already have this one off. It's just 3 of them that you got to get off, and we'll shove that forward a little bit. Okay. All right. It's a mess in my shop. I know I've been saying that for a couple of weeks. Winter does that to my shop. I don't know why. Or I do that to my shop. I don't know. It just seems to be winter is the time to not be out here so often. So I guess it doesn't get cleaned as often as we want it to. So, yeah. Okay. There is another one, I forgot about that, back there. That's also a 13 or 14. Just went ahead and took off that carburetor. I'm just going to slide it back just a little bit. Just like that. I was going to say they shouldn't be on there too tight. I have to look up the torque specs, but I believe it's not very big, not very much at all. Go ahead and there we go. Now look at that bore. That bore, it doesn't look that bad. Pretty smooth actually. Really smooth. Huh. Wow. Well, well, well. Get this head off here. Well, that was way too easy, wasn't it? Ugh. Way too easy there. I'm gonna inspect that board real quick. On this side, now, with our finger now, scrape across. Yeah, I don't feel anything. That's really smooth. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are going to take this cylinder. See if I can do all this in one shot. Do you see the cylinder on that side? Okay. All right. Now, well, those rings are free. We're going to check that gap and see if that is our issue. If those rings are worn down to the point where it's not got a very good gap in between them when they're inside of this cylinder there, sorry about that, cylinder there, then we are going to know that that's how we're losing compression now and again. All right. I can almost guarantee you that's the problem. I'm looking at it right now, I'm like, wow. I can already see a pretty good gap. And look how easy that was getting that off of there. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let me clean this up real quick. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and lube up that, lube up this. There we go. All right, first we're going to go forward. And then we're going to go backward. We're just looking for a crosshatch. We're not going to go all crazy with it. We're just looking for a crosshatch. That's all we're doing. And I think that's what we achieved here. Let's check it out with the flashlight. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. You want to get that cross hatching, you know, like that. See it? All right, moving on now. Very cool. Yeah, let me show you a little bit better. I went a little bit too fast. So, do you see how the cross hatching? You want that to hold that oil a little bit to help lubricate that. Trap it in there a little bit. So, yeah. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth, but also cross-hatched. Now, I'm going to put this in some hot soapy water, clean this very well. We went ahead and got our parts. SPI piston kit. Let's get it on. So we last left off we were checking the clearances on the piston. Yeah, it was like throwing a hot dog down a highway. So, you know, and that, so you can imagine. But I did, like I said, manage to pick up this kit here. What we are going to do, we're going to set this up like this. Okay, we're going to get that pin out of there and extract that old piston, and of course put in our new piston and ring. Let's do that right now. First of all, always put a rag down in here. Always. You don't want any pieces dropping down in there while you're trying to get these little pins out here. Sometimes you can get away with just sticking a pick in there and picking it out. Other times you have to use a screwdriver and that, but I think this one's gonna come out with this pick. There we go. Starting to come out. Alright. Got something a little bit more stout for this one. You only have to do one side. You just pop the pin out. You just gotta get underneath it. Watch and make sure you wear eye protection, because this thing goes flying sometimes. Come on now. Don't play no games. There we are. Okay. Alright, now take our other pick. You're gonna destroy it. Don't worry about trying to save it. You don't want to reuse these anyways. Don't skimp out on that. Boy, oh boy, that one's in there. Okay. I'll tell you, fighting us the whole way. Yeah. Ain't gonna give it up easy. There we are. Okay, now go ahead and take something and pop it through like so. Oil in here, put our new roller in, put our piston down on top of there, and then slide our pin in, and then put our clip on the other end. All right, let's lube our inside there up. Put some on our roller. Okay. I like that stuff, that Lucas Red and Tacky. It's real good stuff. I use it for assembly, just about everything really. When I'm assembling cases, all that stuff. All right, so got that on there. Let's double check our arrow here going toward the exhaust. Okay. Now, let's see. Go like this. Put that on there like that. Okay. Now we are going to also lube up our pin. That also came with the kit. All right. So, go ahead and start our pin here. Let's start our pin off of there real quick. Let's start our pin in here. Okay. Go right to the edge. Right there. Okay. Now, go like this. Line our rod up there and our roller and our pin. Everybody's happy together. Might have to tilt this to get at a good spot here. We don't know yet. Oh no, no. Let's see. No, we got her. Okay. Wow. That was a little bit too easy. I think that one's gonna go for the record books. Okay. All right, now we're going to put our other pin on this side to lock that. I'm gonna put our clip in there to lock that pin in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Where's our little package that we had? Where'd our little package go? Oh no. What happened? Uh-oh. What happened to our little package? Alright, so we have our clip in there. Go ahead and get all of that wiped down there. Yep. Nice and easy. Just take your time, you'll get it. Remember that this has to be closed over here, not open. So take your time. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and lube up the surface with this all around here, because we want it to go in there pretty evenly. Go ahead and smear it around with your finger. Get it inside the grooves of the rings there. Make sure that those rings are still not turning from side to side very much. Make sure that they're locked into those little stops there on each side here. So where's that one at? As you can see, this one kind of got away from us. Okay, right there. Okay. Yep. So that one's in there, stopping. That one's over there, stopping. Okay. Then take your cylinder that you already had lubed up and got the cross hatching nice and neat there. Go ahead and it doesn't hurt to put a little bit more in there. Okay, now you know that this side right here is the exhaust side. Let me bring you back out a little bit. Whoop. Okay, you know that side right here is the exhaust. So here's your arrow where the exhaust is. Okay, Now we're going to put this on here. Okay. Now hold this right here. Can you see all that? No. So we are ready to put our cylinder on. Remember that this end right here goes toward the exhaust. So here's your arrow, so it goes on that side. Now try to collapse the rings with your hand. Oh, sorry about that. I keep bumping that camera today. Alright. This is my least favorite part about this part. I mean, this project. Getting this lined up. But we can do it. We've done it before, right? Alright, so just gotta get that first layer of rings down. I don't want to have to remove the studs, but if I have to, I have to. You know. Let me work on that. Okay, I got to pass the studs here a little bit. Just do a little bit more shimmying. Don't rush this part. All right, got her on there. Had to lube it up a little bit more. So now we're going to go ahead and put the head on, torque it down to 20 foot-pounds. All right, going to torque down these evenly by hand first in a crisscross pattern. All right. So 20 foot-pounds. Might move around a little bit, but you can get it. There's one. There's two. There's two. I mean, there's three. Oh, that must be rounded off a little bit. Let's take that one back off of there. Let's take that one back off of there. Yeah, it's... So we got our, let me slide this up a little bit. So we have our shroud back on, our bolts tightened to 20 foot-pounds. Now we're gonna just see if we still got spark in that before we put it on the machine. Let me see if you can't see that or not. Can you see that? Alright, let me dim the lights real quick. Okay, now we are going to have to address that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and lube these up a little bit with some of that low temp grease. Good for low temperatures, of course. There you go. Alright, now go ahead and set that back down in there. There we go. Get that glove off. There we go. Very nice. So now we have our sleeve here, and then our spring. So we put some of that grease also inside the center. Like so. Put it all in there like that. All right. There we go. I believe it's 20 foot-pounds on that also. Let's get it on the machine. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and test this again. So remember before it was not going back and forth for us. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention that I put a little bit of grease on these So it'll be a little easier for the next guy to take off. Make sure there's no lines being pinched down below. Like this one. There we go. Okay. So looking a little bit better now. We have to tighten up a couple of things, and we're going to go ahead and put the fuel system back together, and yeah, see if we got to run a machine. Woohoo! She's a smoky girl. I put a little bit more in it for the first braking period. Alright, well that was very exciting. It followed us the whole way, but yeah, it was just a compression issue. With that being said, remember, it's just nuts and bolts, and God bless. Bye-bye now.